literally do give me like father figure, like hot vibes. Like I just genuinely like have a crush on you. I would sign an NDA and like never like let people know about our relationship.
Listen, you're an attractive woman, but the fact that you've done porn and
It was a hiccup. Like, can't you just be a good guy and be like, okay, I get it, it was a hiccup, like, you know, like you were going through some shit, like, can put that past this and like we can have a beautiful relationship and just like move on.
It is 100% a deal breaker.
But I'm not a whore anymore.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
Brian, why? Like, because I used to be a
You still are.
How am I still? What would I do? I want to have like intimacy. Like, I want to be like together. Like, I want to have like a real relationship with her.
Gotcha, bitch.
That to get a 31-year-old girl.
You know what's funny though?
You need to have multi-million dollars, like to get a ran through 31-year-old like sweatpants Birkenbag. You need to have multiple M's in the bank.
I know.
That's insane.
You can't just be funny and have a fucking 8-inch hammer anymore.
What the fuck?
Hold on. Do you hate women?
No. I love women.
Are you sure?
I do. I love women.
What's your relationship like with your
I
mom?
have a great relationship with my mom.
Really? She hugged you and shit when you were little?
I did. I was just talking to her right before this. Like right before I walked in,
Why do you find that so hard to believe?
I'm feeling a little anger, misogyny.
Oh, don't you dare say that word. Don't
you really want to end right now? I'm starting to cook right now. This is what's going on.
I think when you were a little kid, something happened.
Okay, what do you think happened?
I don't know.
I have a great my parents are still together, and which is actually really rare. I don't know a lot of people.
Programmed your mom?
Of course, every husband programs their wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he hates entitled HOEs like her, who thinks she deserves what a virgin 8, 9, and 10 should get. That is, a virgin 18-year-old who wants to be a stay-at-home wife and mother. Like always, when a man has standards or calls out these 304s on their delusion, they'll claim he hates women or has some type of mommy issues. When it's usually the opposite. Simps who have mommy issues will lower their standards to accept low-quality women and leftover females. And for those who don't know, the thought in the video used to be a co-host from the HOE podcast called Call Her Daddy. She wanted more money from the deal she agreed to originally and thought she can hold out and blackmail the Barstool CEO for more money. She played stupid games and found out, and the show went on without her, and now she's foundering on obscure podcasts, still single. And she thinks by holding out, that means she still has value, which is the opposite. And this, most modern women, the longer they stay single, the less valuable they are and appear to be. Plus, they don't realize that time isn't on their side, and they need to make realistic compromises as soon as possible, if they ever want to find someone. But it's usually too late because high-value men that they want don't want them back. And that's what today's article is about. It's written on the New York Post by a guy, so I don't think you're going to get the simp spin on this. New York Post isn't that feminist to say the least, but we will see. The title is Influencer Contacted by 5,000 Single Men After Posting Boyfriend Application Rejects Them All. Sounds about right. Whenever the news calls females influencers, 9 out of 10 times they're streetwalkers with an OF account. Who knows if this was a genuine search or just to get attention, like make headlines so she can further stand out from the OF crowd. And apparently, it worked because she made this news outlet. This is the Batman signal to all the simps.
Dating has definitely changed. So obviously like Tinder, and now we have this new period of OnlyFans. I wanted to get your thoughts on like what you think the impact of like OnlyFans will be on males' perceptions.
OnlyFans is a recent phenomenon. A lot of women use it. What is OnlyFans? Is it prostitution? Not really, because they're generally not having sex with these guys. And let's be honest, these guys that are throwing money at women to subscribe to their OnlyFans, they're just simps. These guys are doing it under the hopes or the guise that maybe one day they can meet them or, something will happen. So it's a loser's game from that perspective. Promiscuity is rampant out there and women are indulging and men are indulging. And I don't think that's going to change. Women are valued based on their beauty and their purity. A woman that shared her body with 100 men is less valuable than a woman that shared her body with one man for 12 years because she was in a long-term relationship. So you have to evaluate these things when you're dealing with women in your life and be, again, fastidious about it and, decisive about the kind of women that you're going to deal with.
And the fact that those men jumped through her hoops already said to her that they don't meet her high standards because they failed her shit test. A man that she thinks she deserves wouldn't fill out the application because he has options, and at the end of the day, she's higher maintenance than his other options. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves and get balls deep into this article. 5,000 wrongs don't make a Mr. Right. This is similar to Tinder, where a female swipes through 2,000 men, matches with less than 20, goes on dates with maybe 8, and still ends up single. Either they don't compromise and lower their unrealistic standards, or they actually do meet the man that meets their standards and he rejects them. You know, if there's a height question on our application, right off the bat it will eliminate 85% of the applicants because around 14% of men are 6 feet or taller. So just one question like height would reduce the 2,000 applicants to just 280.
I want a man that's definitely going to be able to pay the bills, like take care of me, but I still want to be able to have the option to work and do like my career, have a career, and still have kids.
Okay, so you want it all?
Yeah.
Okay, how much money is a man going to need to make to be able to pay all the bills for a family of 4?
Probably well over 400K.
What percentage of men in this country make over $400,000?
I would say maybe 2 to 4%. Probably not a lot.
1.
Okay.
1%. So let's go back to what you said. I feel men don't care about what you feel. We think, act, and do. Men hit the financial stride between 45 and 55. Are you prepared to marry a man that's 45 years old or older?
No.
So you're a delusional black woman.
And that's just the percentage for a high earner, because most 6-figure males who are single are less than 6 feet and are below average in looks. A heart-sick Dutch influencer and OF star who posted a viral boyfriend application has reportedly been contacted by thousands of male singletons, but still hasn't found a soulmate. She will never find her quote-unquote soulmate because she passed up that man a long time ago, because every man of value that she wants looks at her as a high-class escort. If she would have saved her virginity for marriage, she would have found him and stayed with him for the rest of her life. But she chose to throw away her purity and become a digital stripper, so she traded money for happiness. She needs to understand that men that she respects and want would never want to be tied down to her. That's why none of them applied for her application.
Hey, it is right here.
Girls think that they want to date a high-value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high-value man. It's so, this is what you do to have to attract a high-value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about like actually dating a high-value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It's not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating like very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
I'm currently still single. Vera Dykmans, 23, who boasts over 5.5 million Instagram followers, told Lad Bible of her backfired guy fishing ploy. That's not the same accomplishment as a man who has 5 million followers. He has to actually be good at something and work hard to get fame and fortune. All she had to do is show her skin and sell her soul. Yet she thinks she's on the same level as some entertainer who produced a hit song and earned his 5 million followers, which she isn't. Her followers just want to bust a nut in her, not like they truly cared about what she has to say. If she posted nothing but inspirational quotes and got rid of all of her thirst trap photos, she'd lose most of her followers. And even if she actually earned those followers in a legit way, like she's a knockoff Taylor Swift with a one-hit song, men don't care about IG followers. All they care is if she's hot and not a 304.
Are you aware of the fact that if you want to attract a man that is higher status, that is attractive, that you would actually like and respect, that you have to change?
Why would I change?
And fucking incredible.
Wow. No,
incredible.
He gotta like me for who I am. There's guys that agree with who I am and what I think. It's
she's
true.
stuck in her ways, bro.
Yeah,
being that age, in this environment.
Fuck, bro.
I've been in a relationship and it was okay. Like everything that I'm saying.
Where are they now?
Where are they now?
I just didn't want them anymore.
No, they didn't want you.
The content creator, who hails from the Netherlands but lives in London, went viral in the fall after sharing a TikTok video of an old-school dating app that she requires prospective paramours to fill out. Nothing new here. A thought moves to a feminist country, this time the UK instead of the US. The mostly yes or no questions covered every topic from the suitor's work and relationship history to see if they have a car, evoking something out of Shania Twain's 1997 classic song, That Don't Impress Me Much. She's looking for a high earner, probably someone who makes just as much as her, but is tall and handsome on top of that, which is the 1% of 1% of 1%, maybe even less than that. It's the pro athletes who have busloads of just as hot females or even hotter ones throwing themselves at them. Again, why would these mythical alphas be interested in her when they're already having every day of the week planned out with a new female plus backups?
I mean, here's the thing about the NFL, and it's sad but true, but like the wives are in the first row and the girlfriends are 3 rows back.
No.
Oh yeah, I've been to training camps where, you know, the girlfriends are in a hotel down the street and the wives are there with the kids at the picnic. Nobody knows anything. Now, it wasn't anyone that I knew personally, but you just know.
Dykmans also threw some curveballs, asking if the applicant described themselves as douchey if they liked the animated show Avatar: The Last Airbender, and whether she'd get a walk-in closet if they lived together. That means she got pumped and dumped by D-bags enough times that she realizes that even though it's super fun and exciting being with those men, it's like crack, which is not good for you. And I don't know why the walk-in closet is a question. She's going to have one no matter what they say.
Smashing or passing? Ooh, why? why did you make that face, bro? Why are you fasting?
Well, of course I know him as well, so it's like,
Damn. All right, cool. Last guy. You smashing or passing him?
I think I'll smash.
Why are you smashing him?
Yeah, he looks toxic.
Why do girls love toxic? Why do you are toxic, by the way? Anyway, thank you. Next.
Despite the Ivy League evoking vetting process, the internet celeb reportedly had over 5,000 bites from aspiring Mr. Rights. I highly doubt she spent the whole time vetting each and every application. If it was all online, a program would vet the profiles down to 6 feet tall or over and at least over 6 figures. Which I'd guess from 5,000 applications, over 6 feet tall would be 280, then 13% of those applicants must make at least 6 figures, which would lower the applicants to 36. Then I'd guess they'd have to be handsome, so let's say the top 10% are, then she ends up with 3.6 applicants. But because the douche question was a shit test and all 3 of the final applicants probably gave simp answers that they're not a douche, they all didn't make the cut. Because she wants the guy that makes her heart race, who's unpredictable. If you don't know what shit tests are, I rarely, if not ever, cover this topic, by the way. These are tests to see if you're an alpha male or truly dominant. The way you pass them is not complying to her demands and whims, to show you can't be controlled by her. That's the simple answer. And usually, it's the physically attractive men who aren't mystified by her looks because they usually get women who look like her, and so they have no problem with putting her in her place.
By being the kind of guy who can manhandle a woman, that kind of dominant, forceful lover, masculine, manhandling, you demonstrate your capacity for violence as a man. You make her feel safe, ironically, because she knows you're a man who can be dangerous. By you being physically domineering like that in the bedroom, you show her that you actually are that protector.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's awesome.
And you agree with that as well?
Absolutely.
So hold on,
So was that I know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Alas, none of the candidates cut the mustard. After going through most of them, I found just 3 guys who I thought were suitable, lamented Dykmans, who went on dates with the trio but was unable to hit it off with any of them. Didn't I just say 3.6 men? You can't make this shit up. Like I said, once you know the red pill well, you can read these witches like books. And all I did was just guess the basic standards most of these entitled and delusional females have and did simple math. And as I predicted, none of them were D-bags or players, aka the toxic men these bimbos can't get enough of. None of them passed her shit tests, because when she meets them in person, she's checking for a player vibe and probably doing shit tests conscious or subconsciously. And because they treated her like a celebrity, she treated them like a fan, instead of someone she'd look up to and follow in a relationship. They treated her like a queen, and she treated them like a jester, because a king would treat her like a peasant, because only the king can crown a queen.
When a man becomes better, the woman benefits as a byproduct. When the woman becomes better, she starts to look at other potential suitors. That's the difference, because you guys are always looking for someone who's better than you. Men, we don't care about that. We're satisfied with a girl that can help us be the best that we can be. A girl isn't satisfied until she finds the best that she can get. So that is why it's so important for the man to be the leader. Because if the woman's the leader, just a matter of time until he's going to get replaced. I always say it. Men lead, women follow. If a woman leads, she's going to lead you all right to the end of that goddamn relationship.
As of yet, the adult entertainer remains single but still doesn't regret her unorthodox ground checking method. This is most females. To act like this is something new is just blowing smoke up their ass. Most females want men over 6 feet and making over 6 figures, at the very least. That's the need a man starter pack.
Because in the 80s and 90s, so many women got the wrong message. Career, job, and then they thought that they could go do that, and then when they hit 27 to 35, that they could just turn around and pull a man off the tree. Now, women continue to say that there's a man shortage, but what they're not saying is it's the men they want. Women are not focusing on average guys. Let's be real, you're not focusing on an average guy. You could care less about the guy who works third shift at the plant or the blue collar laborer. That is not who your first pick is. You want the white collar, 6 foot tall, attractive jawline dude. It's a sexual profession. No heat, no judgment. You are free to want what you want, but understand something, especially Generation X and late millennials. Ladies, if you are over 35, you've already had your glory days.
Despite this disappointing result, I still consider the experiment a success since I was able to be upfront of what I want and see which men fit that criteria, said the social media star. This process was just a massive dopamine hit, and she's getting more attention from this. All those guys were used to boost her ego. Had she actually been honest upfront and told them that she only wants men over 6 feet, who make over 6 figures and are handsome, she'd probably get less than 20 applicants. But she wanted the whole world to know that thousands of males would jump through hoops for a shot to date her.
Why don't you just take the picture on your camera roll and keep it there?
No, because you feel when you take a picture and you look at it, you feel wow, like this would be good for my Instagram, or I would post it.
So you put it on your Instagram.
Yeah.
So what would be the difference? Because remember, the picture's to make you feel good.
Yeah.
So what would make you feel good on Instagram?
The likes, the comments.
Okay, the attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're back.
Right.
Full circle. And what I'm not doing, I'm not trying to advocate for cheating. I don't think it's okay. I just think we have to understand where the guys are coming from.
You can have
we expect monogamy and we judge them for cheating, but yet we're not virgins. Yet we have open Instagram accounts. Yet we come in with a child. It's like, and then we're gonna say, be faithful to me, and they're like, what?
She said she also got the privilege of reading some truly strange applications. One man offered to send me a sample of his blood and asked for mine in return, which I ignored, recalled Dykmans, who is reportedly one of OF's top earners, raking in $360,000 per month. She's only strange because he wasn't attractive. Sounds like he wanted to know if she had diseases, either genetically, which could be passed down, or STDs from riding the cock express. Had that been some thundercock alpha who wanted her blood test, she'd make it a virtue. Also, she's making $4 million per year from showing her snatch on camera. Sad world we live in. Meanwhile, another applicant lived with his parents and didn't have a car despite owning a boat. A second said they had a full-time career but wouldn't bestow Dykmans with a walk-in wardrobe. Who did she expect to be a subscriber to her OF? She's saying this in bad faith because those two guys didn't stand a chance anyways with her. Maybe she paid an intern to read them all, but I highly doubt she read even 50 of them.
Simps, like, those aren't men that, high value men that like women actually want. Those are men that like they would want to take advantage of and take money from.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna stomp that out right there. Okay. Because
Stomp
I
it
do
out.
OnlyFans, and I'm gonna tell you right now that I have simps that you guys would quote unquote call them simps, but I like them. I have genuine. Stop like, the
Because
cap.
they're paying you.
No, I have relationships with most of these guys before they even pay me.
Define relationships.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like friendships. You know
And
what
then
I mean?
they-
like I know these people.
They're not friends if they want to see you naked.
They desire
that
you.
hard to
They desire you from afar.
You find that hard to believe, truly?
That they're not friends with me.
Naturally, rejecting thousands of guys might seem vain or even downright delusional. However, Dykmans claimed that she's very picky and needs her beau to be almost perfect. It is delusional, because she's a prostitute and no man that meets her expectations wants to be tied to her, and it is vain and delusional.
Let me tell you the fundamental thing. The type of man that you want has options. He can choose Israel, India, Egypt.
Can I say I wouldn't want a man who didn't choose me?
The challenge is what you are bringing to the table, what you want. The other girls are not going to fight him for. You want him to support and join your team as well. These other two girls, India and Egypt, say, I will just join this team. I'm not trying to do all those. They have the advantage over you. You are combative. You are combative. When talking to you, we're going to have to argue. With those girls, you don't have to argue. So the challenge is going to be Why would he choose
But
them over
wouldn't
you?
a man get bored by a woman who doesn't have any opinion or care at all?
Okay. And so the unfortunate reality is that is not true. And if you keep on viewing men view women the way you view men, you will keep on experiencing the same negative results over and over again. No, to answer your question, no, they will not get bored. It's actually peaceful.
I don't think I should have to compromise on my needs. I'd rather be single until I find the man I'm meant to be with, said the Instagrammer. She's going to be single for the rest of her life. Just proves despite making all the money in the world, modern women will still not be happy. Why? Because a woman cannot be truly happy, no matter how successful she is, unless if a man she values loves her back.
She goes on to say, I'm a 46-year-old female, never married, and have no children. I have the life that most would say fits the feminist movement. I have a PhD, own my house, make 6 figures, published author, entrepreneur, drive a Tesla, have traveled around the world, and I am miserable, in caps. I'm not really sure when driving a Tesla became something like an accomplishment, but such is life. She goes on to say, I always wanted to be married, and every woman who I've met when I was younger wanted that too. She put that in brackets. I was pushed to stay away from relationships by my parents, mainly my mother, of all people. Can you imagine that? My parents stayed together until my mom's death in 2019, and society told me the same lies as well. You are labeled as a leper if you dare discuss wanting a family or a husband. Now, keep in mind, this is a 46-year-old woman. This is not a young gal. This is a gal that's been around for a while, for several decades. And she's come to realize that the narrative, the stories that Hollywood, family, culture, religion, all that stuff sort of tells music, modern pop culture is all a lie when it comes to feminism.
The Bachelorette has reportedly put the boyfriend search on hold, but is keeping her options open. Translation, she's hoping to be a booty call for the men she wants, so she will try to baby trap them into a relationship. Any female, no matter how many years she's been married, if she has an IG or social media, is keeping her options open, because at any time, a better man can slide into her DMs.
If you post a picture not for your boyfriend, you're posting it to the public, and you know other men follow you. You're making yourself accessible to other men. Would you ladies agree that you have men that are interested in you that follow you on Instagram?
Yeah, but if I don't care,
Then why don't you block them or make your Instagram private?
Do you think that when a woman is being attractive, it can only be on the basis of other men? Do you think a woman can never dress up for just herself, just to feel good about herself, just because she likes what she looks in the mirror?
No, that's bullshit. You start posting it online, I like this piece of clothing, and then you try to make your boy feel insecure. You wear certain stuff, you post it on the internet, and then you claim that it's because you like it. But no, you really like the attention. You mask the I like it for you really want attention.
Have you never posted a picture for your homies?
This isn't the first time Dykmans has gotten attention from some unlikely sources. Last year, the E-Thought found out her former teacher had subscribed to her OF account after brutally telling her as a student that she would go nowhere in life. And in reality, she is going nowhere, because at the end of the day, she'll never find a man she respects or who wants to get married to her. And eventually, Father Time will win because her beauty will fade to the point that no one would want to see her naked. And then she will have truly nothing. And that's the MGTOW reality. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.